Now at 6, Grant County Sheriff's deputies are investigating a car-to-car shooting in Moses Lake. We're tracking the latest information. Stacy.
And cooler temperatures with strong gusty winds. How long is it going to last? I'll answer that question in my first alert.
I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now, reporting in Kennewick. Find out how this 4th grade class helped impact the ecosystem. All that and more coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed. On this Monday, and first up tonight, we have a crime alert as a gang shooting investigation is underway in Grant County. The shooting happened over the weekend in Moses Lake. Deputies say 2 vehicles were heading south on Arnold Drive. There was gunfire between the cars. One involved vehicle even rammed the other, causing both vehicles to crash. One of the involved vehicles struck 2 parked vehicles. One involved person was injured due to the crash and was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. All other involved people from both vehicles ran from the scene.
About 7:30 on Saturday evening, there were 2 vehicles that were driving down Arnold Drive. They were heading south on Arnold Drive, approaching Arlington Drive in the Larson community of Moses Lake. We're positive it's gang members this time, yeah. And most of the time when we have shootings in Moses Lake, it's gang related. We don't have very many shootings that aren't gang related. Most of the time they are, and this one definitely was.
Nevertheless, if you have any information for deputies, you are asked to call the Grant County non-emergency line.
Well, right now, Kennewick police are investigating a second drive-by shooting that happened in just over a week. Police say someone shot at an apartment on West Clearwater Avenue, just near North Edison Street, for those of you familiar with the area, just before 3 o'clock on Saturday morning. Now, the gunfire, we're told, broke a window in an apartment complex, but nobody was injured. Police say they do believe the shooter was targeting that specific apartment. If you have any information about what happened, you can call the police non-emergency line in the Tri-Cities, which is 509-628-0333. You can also leave an anonymous tip online. The website to do that is kpdtips.com.
Well, the state auditor's office has released reports about 2 police shootings in the Tri-Cities that happened within months of each other. This was in 2021.
Yeah, so the auditor's office says overall the local law enforcement agency is involved and the Tri-County Special Investigations Unit are following the rules for following up after an officer uses deadly force. Now, these audits give state lawmakers, law enforcement, and us in the public a glimpse of how well Washington laws are working at holding police accountable. So there are a few key requirements. Investigators have to make sure that the use of deadly force is not investigated by any of the officers from the law enforcement agency connected with the incident itself. They have to make sure that only the investigators have full access to the case file, and they have to give weekly updates while the investigation is going on. So the state audited the investigation into a use of force incident involving Richland police that happened in February of 2021. It left 1 person injured. The auditor's office says in this case, investigators didn't notify the man's family about updates in the case because the man himself was still alive, so they notified him instead. Now, the state auditor's office is recommending a clarification to the law for those cases. The auditor's office also says investigators need to document the steps they're taking to make sure that only authorized people have access to the case file. And the state made that same recommendation on a deadly police shooting from August of 2021. Now, the investigation here significantly more complicated because of how many law enforcement agencies were involved. But the state says investigators did almost everything right here as well. The audit shows that investigators did not notify family members about 2 updates before those updates were released.
Well, tonight, Pasco City Council is scheduled to hold its first meeting of the month. It starts in less than an hour from now at 7 o'clock. On tonight's agenda, a public hearing on the proposal to dissolve the downtown Pasco development. That's the DPDA. City officials say there's been some significant concern about the way the Downtown Development Authority is spending money. And since the city has taken over many of the DPDA's responsibilities, they're now looking to end the program. We'll keep you posted on that. We got to talk about our weather because, wow, what a change.
It was such a beautiful weekend, and then everybody's kind of just been struggling with the allergies today, Stacy.
The wind, the dust. I thought I'd start out with our dust devil cam. You can see it looks a little hazy off in the distance. That's the blowing dust right now. We've had a pretty windy day here in the Columbia Basin, very windy in other places. 65 degrees though on our dust devil sky cam. Sunset tonight at 7:45. Let's take a look at our wind speeds right now around the region. These are finally starting to come down. Ellensburg, I was seeing sustained winds just a little while ago, 47 miles an hour. Still breezy in the Toppenish area, Prosser, Hermiston, right into Pendleton, and we'll continue to see those winds through the night. 62 miles an hour recorded earlier today in Ellensburg. 40 and 50 mile an hour winds recorded along the I-84 corridor between Hermiston and Pendleton. So what's ahead? Well, you've got cloudy skies, breezy winds tonight. Going to see some sunshine tomorrow. More breezy winds, but a lot less, a little more calm tomorrow. Cooler temperatures this week, and we might even see some areas with freeze warnings Tuesday into Wednesday. I'll get to all those details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. A fire caused significant damage to an Ellensburg apartment complex that was near Central Washington University over the weekend.
Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to fire officials today who say the aftermath isn't as bad as it could have been.
Fire officials say the good news is that no one was seriously injured in the fire. They were able to stop it from spreading to nearby buildings, and thanks to a policy the apartment complex has in place for renters, they should be able to have some help starting over. Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Rich Elliott says the fire started just before 2 a.m. Sunday in an upstairs unit of the Campus Village apartment complex.
It was actually a little bit lucky that the person who did discover the fire just happened to have gotten up to get something out of the kitchen and noticed it.
The fire believed to be accidental, but the cause still under investigation.
They are pursuing the possibility of disposal of smoking material, but that is not conclusive at this time.
One vehicle lost in the fire, another 2 damaged. 6 units uninhabitable due to fire or water damage. And with power cut off to the building, fire officials say a dozen people are displaced.
We've had contact with those people and the Red Cross, or they're working with friends. A couple cases, Central Washington University is assisting people.
But for those who lost everything, Elliott says there's hope because the property management company requires residents to have renter's insurance.
So for a relatively low cost, these people will have their belongings insured and largely replaced.
The average cost for renter's insurance in Washington state, $14 a month. But over 40% of renters don't have it.
Sadly, the majority of people who are renting occupancies have either opted for or don't understand that renter's insurance might not be included in that transaction. So it's underutilized.
Because it's not just for fires.
If somebody breaks a water pipe over the top of you, or if there is a weather-related, issue, that cost obviously pays off many times in terms of investment. So obviously people make choices, and without renter's insurance, this is harder to absorb.
Fire officials say it's a good reminder for people to check their smoke detectors to make sure they're functioning and to look into their insurance policy and make sure they're covered in case of fire. Reporting in Ellensburg, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Helpful tips there, Emily. Thank you. Well, the search for a missing 31-year-old woman in Grant County continues right now. We spoke with the Grant County Sheriff's Office this morning, and they tell us that there have been some rumors flying around and misinformation about the case posted on social media.
We did have some people, and I don't know what connection they had to Irene or if they had any connection to Irene, but we certainly had a lot of spectators on the internet who I think were beginning to speculate or start putting information out there that was not accurate. At one point on social media, I did have to scold some people and let them know to be careful about making any assumptions and spreading any rumors, because we want to be able to track down factual information rather than try to interpret what the rumors are and then be led down the rabbit hole on that.
Irene was recorded on home surveillance between 4 and 5 p.m. back on Sunday, February 25th of this year, walking away from a home in the 4900 block of Road U Southwest in George, Washington. She was alone and left her car at that home. She spoke with family later that day, stating that she was in Wenatchee. Well, since then, Irene has not contacted her family, and her phone has either been turned off or the battery is dead. So if you have any information, call the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
Well, we were talking about it just a moment ago. The winds of change are blowing. Stacy has a look at just how long that's going to continue and what changes all that wind is bringing in coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Plus, a long-standing local tradition in the Tri-Cities is designed to get kids excited about the environment. Is it working? We'll let you decide. Next at 6.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
It's buy one, get one for $1. Bagel sandwiches, McMuffin, hash browns, and more.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the KMA 80R Combi motor or the HSA 50 hedge trimmer. Real Steel.
Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Prosser Digestive Health Center is now offering gastroenterology services daily, including weekends. Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg provides the full spectrum of digestive health care. His services include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston.
I want to put extra behind us.
Back together again, revealing everything they know about season 4 of The Morning Show and flashing back to Reese's time on the set of Friends. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Spicy chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of fire emoji, chili emoji, grinning face with sweat emoji, and wouldn't it be double fire emoji if they came back? Spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A great hike in a great park. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, it is a sign of spring in our region. Today, Benton Conservation held its annual Salmon Summit in Columbia Park.
We love covering this. This is so much fun. They've been doing it for over a quarter century, and Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma got to attend this morning. She talked to some of the kids there.
All right.
Today's Salmon Summit was the grand finale for the Salmon in the Classroom program. About 1,400 fourth grade students from Richland school districts have been raising salmon and learning about them in the class. Today, they released them into the river.
I think the biggest impact that this event has on helping the ecosystem is fostering a sense of stewardship in the students. By each releasing a fish into the river, a fish that they've cared for at school, then they kind of develop also a connection and feel responsible for taking care of the rivers.
And the children I talked with today got the message.
I think we should start saving the salmon so they don't go extinct, so don't litter.
If you litter, salmon can die, and other things in the ocean can die too, because they, like water bottle wraps, that keep the water bottle intact, it could choke the salmon and kill them. And then if that does it to enough salmon, it could ruin the salmon life cycle.
The salmon life cycle is one of the things these kids have been learning in the classroom for the past several months.
They're eggs, and then they're alvin, then they're fry, and then they're par, and then they're smolt, and then they're adults, and then they're spawner, and then they're not everybody says this is the last stage, but our class does. It's zombie. It's after they lay their eggs.
At the summit, the salmon that were released got tags so teachers could update the children once their fish makes its way towards the Pacific. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Monique. And tomorrow is the last day for the Salmon Summit release in Kennewick, but they will be doing a smaller one in Prosser coming up sometime next month.
Whitman College held its inaugural Salmon Film Festival over the weekend. They kicked it off with a documentary about the connection between salmon and the Nez Perce tribe. But the festival went far beyond movie screens. New at 6, Apple Valley News Now's Toby Solvang was there for the special salmon dance, and she files this report new tonight.
The main element that ties us all is water, that we can spread awareness on the life of the salmon, but we must also look at the water. I mean, that's what we're here to spread awareness on its numbers, populations diminishing, and maybe the song will call out to the fish again. Maybe those numbers will come back. To pray for it to come back in better numbers.
Heidi Katja Two Bears and her husband Tukish Winchkatya, also known as Tukish Man, of the Warm Springs Confederated Tribes of Oregon, led the audience in a rare public performance of the ceremonial salmon dance. The salmon dance recreates the migration of spawning salmon. The women and men line up separately, symbolizing how the fish also return separately to their spawning grounds. And in the end, the lines come together as the salmon do to spawn. The dance is meant to welcome the salmon back to spawn and thus continue the cycle of life. This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And of course, the big talker today has been the strong gusty winds, the blowing dust in the area, the sniffles, the sneezes, the high pollen counts, all of the above, and much cooler temperatures. We're 65 degrees right now. Winds are starting to calm down a little bit, 15 miles an hour, Tri-Cities. Our sunset at 7:45. Let's take a look at our wind advisory. They reported some gusts in the Ellensburg area, 62 miles an hour. That's extremely dangerous for high-profile vehicles. As you know, I-90, a big pass for our truckers. 30 to 40 mile an hour winds all day long. We've been seeing them from Pendleton into Hermiston and all the way down the Columbia River Gorge. Let's take a look at our future cast. Things start to calm down a little bit overnight. We'll see a little bit of pickup of winds tomorrow, even into the evening. Once again, through those mountain pass gap areas, Ellensburg into Yakima, Toppenish, and Prosser. Things looking a little bit better along the foothills of the Blues. Now, we've all been sniffling here at the station today. Our pollen counts are through the roof, very high. They're going to stay high again tomorrow as we'll continue to see those breezy winds. We'll start to get a little bit of a break as we get into Wednesday through Friday this week. Speaking of that, let's take a look at our weather pattern today and tomorrow. We had that cold front sliding down from Canada. Even saw a little bit of moisture in those upper elevations of the Cascades. Tomorrow, the system will bring more clouds, cooler weather. Breezes will start to calm down slightly tomorrow as we see a little shift there. And we do have that cooler air, and that's going to be in the area for the next couple days. Here's our cloud cover. There's some light snow just across Snoqualmie past those upper portions of the Cascades. Look for a little bit of clouds to start your day in the Columbia Basin, Pendleton, and Heppner, and then we'll see those clouds move out of the area. 24-hour temperature change. Look at these numbers. 24 hours ago, we were 16 degrees warmer in the Tri-Cities, 14 14 in the foothills of the Blues, nearly 20 degrees warmer in Pendleton and Hermiston. So definitely feel the cool down. Yakima minus 17. Let's talk about those temperatures. We're going to see a little bit of a dip Tuesday into Wednesday in the Yakima Valley. That's where we could see some overnight lows getting down into the freezing level. We'll start to trend towards the average later in the week. Tri-Cities also dropping below our average of 67. We'll get back to the average by Thursday and then rise above it as we get into the weekend, but still looking at some chilly overnight lows. Now, typically we're done with our chances of frost in the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla and Hermiston somewhere between April 21st and the 30th. A little bit later in Pendleton, May 1st through the 10th, and then Yakima 21st through the 31st. So not too unusual to have those levels freeze, and I know everyone's getting excited to get their gardens planted. They might want to wait off. Now tonight we're going to stay above the freezing level through the area. That's going to change tomorrow night because we're going to see even cooler temperatures. Look at these daytime highs tomorrow, 50s and barely hitting it into the 60s in the Columbia Basin. So much cooler, going from the 80s over the weekend. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Those breezy winds. This is where we're watching in Yakima for that freezing level down to 32 degrees overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning. And then gradually we'll start to see a warming trend getting through the week. Let's take a quick peek at Walla Walla and Hermiston. Same thing, breezy. Most of those areas staying above the freezing level, but not quite there. So just hold off maybe another week for your garden planting, and then get ready for a pretty decent weekend as we'll see temperatures getting close to 70 with those overnight lows staying well above the average. Lots more to come tonight. Stay with us, Austin.
All right, thank you very much, Stacey. We have been talking recently about AEDs being installed at parks and sports fields all around the region. But are they actually saving lives? Tonight, we are talking about new research about what happens when people have a heart attack away from an emergency room. That's next, right here on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Hey! Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Are you looking for a new car that's sporty, reliably fun, practical, with great fuel efficiency? Check out the new 2024 Kia Soul LX at Overturf Kia. New Kia Soul LX models start at just $20,490. Choose from 3 at this price or get 4.99% interest for up to 60 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid.
with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Welcome back. A health alert tonight. More than 4 out of 5 people who have a heart attack outside of a hospital are not treated with a defibrillator, even though it can significantly increase your chance of survival. That's according to a preliminary report that was presented at the American College of Cardiology's scientific session this month. Now, researchers say even when a defibrillator is nearby, like the ones recently installed at Badger Mountain, most people don't use them when they're trying to help a heart attack victim. That might be simply because most people don't know how to use the devices or don't know that they need to look for one. The good news is researchers found in almost half the cases they looked at, people did start CPR while they were waiting for first responders to arrive. Time is running out to finish your taxes for the year. Coming up, we're talking about what you need to know if you waited until the last minute to file. That's still ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
From Paris to Milan, New York to Tokyo, fashion shows have graced the world's most glamorous stages. And now, the world is turning its eyes to the Tri-Cities for the 2024 Goodwill High School Fashion Show. They've got like major style, endless creativity, and seriously, they've got like an enormous amount of heart, you guys. Don't even think about missing the fashion event of the year, Goodwill's 2024 High School Fashion Show. See you at the show.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
People are switching to Spectrum Internet. Let's see why.
We count on Spectrum Internet and the advanced Wi-Fi to always keep us connected and protected.
It's so reliable and fast.
Get Spectrum Internet with 99.9% reliability for $49.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi, free modem, and free security suite for 12 months with no added taxes or fees and no contracts. Save even more with our new 2-year price guarantee when you level up to 1 gig. Call 1-833-548-4999 or scan to call.
Ever since we switched to Spectrum Internet, our daughter's curiosity has a new spark.
Now we're saving a ton.
Since Spectrum Internet is fast and reliable, we don't worry about interruptions.
Amazing!
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi. Save even more with our new 2-year price guarantee when you level up to 1 gig. Call 1-833-548-4999.
Call now.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile CR-V or Accord. Both named a Car and Driver 10 Best. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Ugh, keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Next on the area's only local news at 6:30, it is tax day, but what if you still have yet to file? We are on your side with some helpful tips from a Tri-Cities tax professional.
Plus, the Supreme Court says one Northwest state can block all gender-affirming treatment for anyone under 18. We're talking about that.
And drivers beware. We're going to tell you about a large repaving project now underway in Kittitas County. Your news at 6:30 begins now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Well, like it or not, today is tax day. I was up late doing mine last night.
Were you? All right,
Really
well, I'm
was.
glad you got it in. If you have not filed yet, you have either a few more hours until 11:59 p.m. to be exact, or you'll have to request an official extension. For local tax prep pros, today has been, as you can imagine, very busy.
It's busy, and many people are starting new businesses in the Tri-Cities, and there's a lot of new people coming into the Tri-Cities.
I had the opportunity to sit down with the owner of a CPA Business Tax Advisor, who's been preparing returns for folks in Kennewick and across the Tri-Cities for decades.
They can reach out to me, and I can immediately file them an extension, and then kind of look at where they are and give them some advice on a path forward to resolve their tax issues. If they owe the IRS, don't be afraid. You can pay your tax over 72 months and get an installment agreement. The interest rate is about 5.5% to 6%.
Across Washington state, the first ever direct file pilot program helped many people. U.S. Senator Patty Murray's office says direct file is a new service through the U.S. Department of Treasury's IRS. It is for more basic returns, though.
There you go. You're welcome.
And while taxes can be stressful, Kona Ice of the Tri-Cities wanted to put a smile on people's faces today with these free snow cones.
It's no taxation without relaxation. That's kind of our little motto.
There's your slogan, huh?
Yeah, so it's National Chill Out Day, so Kona Ices all over the country are actually participating today.
The truck was first at Kennewick's grocery outlet from 12 to 2, but they are back out at Pasco and Richland's grocery outlet until 7 this evening.
If you can stop by, it's a great opportunity for us to connect with our community, and we love to connect with our community.
But back to tax talk. Here are some more helpful reminders.
You should seek a professional who will be your friend, who will give you good advice, and will work for you, and a person you know. I know businesses that have been taken for a lot of money by somebody online collecting their payroll taxes and then not submitting their payroll tax monies. So be careful.
The IRS says the agency has already paid out more than $200 billion in refunds through early April.
We were saying earlier today, it's hard to believe it's already mid-April. Where did it go?
I don't know. It's like just flying by, and it was a gorgeous weekend.
Gorgeous weekend, but then we saw some big changes to start the week, Stacey.
Right, the shaved ice looked good for probably Saturday and Sunday. Today, a little bit cooler, in fact, quite a bit cooler. 63 degrees. We're a good 15 degrees cooler right now than we were just 24 hours ago. Winds are starting to finally die down. It's not looking as overcast out there, actually dusty, hazy from all the dust blowing around. Our sunset tonight at 7:45. Let's take a look at our wind speeds, though. Still pretty gusty winds in Ellensburg down to Toppenish into the Columbia River, Prosser area, starting to calm down a little bit in the Tri-Cities, but still very windy overall. Cloudy, breezy, sunny, breezy tomorrow. Cooler temps stay with us during the week. We even have freeze warnings possible as we head into the early part of the week. Planning your night, grab a coat in Yakima. It's going to be down to 49 degrees at 9. Tri-Cities temperatures dropping down into the 50s by 8 o'clock, 54 by 9. In Walla Walla, same thing in Chile there, 53 by 8, down to 49 at 9 p.m. And in Hermiston tonight, a little bit hazy again. That's the blowing dust and those strong gusty winds with temperatures dropping down to 49. So lots to talk about in your first alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. New tonight, the Supreme Court says that Idaho can block all gender-affirming treatment for transgender children and teens while the fight over access to that care plays out in court. So the Supreme Court decision means, for now, doctors in Idaho could be convicted of a crime then sentenced to up to a decade in prison if they provide certain types of care to transgender people younger than 18. 2 teens had sued, trying to block this law from taking place, saying it would stop them from getting necessary care in Idaho. The Supreme Court decision today has a caveat that means the 2 people who sued will still be able to get treatment. And we're tracking developing news from New York tonight. Just a few hours ago, court wrapped up for the day in first day of former President Donald Trump's hush money trial.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Trump is accused of creating fake business records to hide payments to Stormy Daniels. Gloria Pazmino has the latest from the courtroom.
Former President Donald Trump is on trial, charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree.
Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about.
Trump has pleaded not guilty and denied the allegations.
This is an assault on America. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Prosecutors say Trump tried to cover up hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in order to silence her about a sexual encounter she says she had with him in 2006, which Trump denies. Prosecutors are expected to argue it was all part of a broader scheme to influence the 2016 election. Hundreds of New Yorkers will report for jury duty this morning, but picking the right jurors won't be simple. 12 men and women, plus 6 alternates, will ultimately decide Trump's fate. Jurors will answer a 42-question survey as both sides try to spot signs of bias. Both prosecutors and the defense want to know where jurors get their news. If they ever worked for the Trump organization, they'll be asked if they support or are members of the Proud Boys and other groups. The trial is expected to include testimony from witnesses including Michael Cohen, Stormy Daniels, and former White House staffers Hope Hicks and Kellyanne Conway.
That was Gloria Pazmino reporting. The jury selection process is expected to continue for weeks. Court is scheduled to be in session from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. every weekday except Wednesdays.
Well, today, protesters in several cities, including Seattle, Eugene, Oregon, Chicago, Miami, and here, as you see in the San Francisco Bay Area, blocked roads in a show of support for Palestinians. At one point, protesters, as you see, blocked the southbound lanes of the Golden Gate Bridge. They're calling for the United States to stop sending weapons and taxpayer money to Israel. Now, this comes after Iran attacked Israel over the weekend, and world leaders are bracing for more violence tonight. Israel is blamed for an airstrike earlier this month that destroyed Iran's consulate in Syria and killed several people. So on Saturday, Iran retaliated, launching hundreds of drones and missiles. Israel's military says they intercepted 99% of them, but did share this video of damage they say was caused by a strike. Israel has been in open conflict with the Hamas terror group, which is backed by Iran, for 6 months now. But this is the first time that Iran has directly attacked Israel from Iranian soil.
The president believes that what happened Saturday night was an extraordinary military success, and that it proved Israel is not alone, and it proved that Israel has a military superiority it can be proud of, and that they ought to think about what that success, the message that that sends to Iran and to the region itself. And just because Iran conducted this unprecedented attack, which we and our Israeli partners and other partners thwarted, doesn't mean that we should just accept a constant rising escalation in the region.
Now, despite pressure from world leaders to de-escalate the situation, Israeli authorities say they are planning a response to Iran's attack. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Congress are still debating whether to send additional money to Israel. We could see a vote on that later this week.
Today, FBI agents boarded the cargo ship that destroyed a major bridge in Baltimore last month. The FBI says that they are conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity, but isn't saying specifically what they are doing. ABC News reports that the agents are looking to see if there was any criminal wrongdoing in relation to the crash. The National Transportation Safety Board is also investigating. Closer to home, a $1.8 million project to repay Vantage Highway in Kittitas County is now underway. It's all thanks to a boost in federal funding from the fall. Kittitas County Public Works officials say the highway is showing signs of wear and tear, like potholes that frequently require temporary repairs. Work includes removing and replacing 3 inches of road surface all the way from number 81 road to the Ellensburg city limits. County officials say there may be some minor delays during weekdays, but the biggest impact to travelers will be between April 22nd and May the 3rd.
In the 2 weeks while we're milling and paving, the plan is to, through the work area, they'll close traffic heading eastbound and have them detour around and keep traffic westbound heading through the project limits.
Public Works officials say the work should be completed by early June. After a beautiful weekend, we are tracking much cooler temperatures. Stacey Lee is back. She'll have your first alert forecast, and she'll tell you how long this chill down, cool down will continue.
Plus, we've been tracking some huge increases in home prices, whether you're looking to buy or rent. Now some school districts, though, taking a very different approach. We're talking about that next.
Hello there. Watch Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
What if getting older actually meant looking better, loving better, feeling better, and even being better with money? Well, tomorrow, see how 50 is the new 20. Plus, Huey Lewis with an epic throwback performance on Good Morning America.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and the new location on West Court Street. 420, that's April 20th. It's the annual Smokin' 420 sale from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. This year is off the charts. Get 50% off glass, free goodie bags for the first 300 people through the door, free tacos from 11 to 5, and all-day raffle and prizes. Don't miss the huge savings on the one-day 420 sale at all 6 locations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. A lot of times people with knee pain, there's really nothing going on with their knee. The issue is actually stemming from the foot. So now we're predisposed to hip pain, low back pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that when the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're gonna feel better, and you're not gonna have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
A semi-truck accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
If you've been hit by a large commercial vehicle, call Tamaki Law. Semi-truck insurance companies have the resources to deny any claim. That's why you need the experienced team at Tamaki Law to fight for the justice you deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select Steel battery trimmers. Real Steel. Find yours.
With the arrival of spring comes the inevitable return of mosquitoes. But don't worry, for Benton County Mosquito Control is back in action, prepared to limit the seasonal return head-on. As West Nile virus continues to pose a public health concern, it's imperative to take necessary precautions. Ensure your safety by applying repellent and eliminating standing water around your home. Count on Benton County Mosquito Control to be your trusted ally in safeguarding your outdoor enjoyment. Visit our website today to discover more tips to protect your home and family.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hapo Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hapo.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
Welcome back, everybody. Home prices, they keep going up, and many salaries aren't keeping pace. That is especially impacting teachers.
Yeah, Veronica Miracle has a look at how some school districts are hoping to compensate.
Bert Dixon teaches high school math in one of the most expensive places to live in the world, the Bay Area suburbs. To live just 3 miles from school, he tutors and teaches at a community college.
Did you think at this point in your career you would be working 3 jobs?
Not really. I thought, by this point in my career, I'd be a little bit more financially stable. The salaries didn't really keep up with the cost of living.
Working 3 jobs allows Bert to live close enough to school to bike there. A commute many teachers can't afford.
Do we want teachers that stay after school, maybe coach sports, get involved in school activities, or do we want teachers that right after the bell rings that they have to get in their car and start their hour-and-a-half commute?
Claire McMahon, new to the profession, could be commuting from far away too if it wasn't for this place. She's one of 6 teachers living in this former San Jose parish that's been converted to communal living.
My room is right here.
Okay. I'm getting the sense of like a dorm room.
But like a little bit bigger and more privacy.
She pays $1,000 a month for this room. A studio apartment in the area would cost more than double that. One potential solution to this housing crisis? Affordable housing financed with government assistance specifically for teachers and school staff. Cities like Miami, Chicago, and Los Angeles are all building developments like these.
So we're talking upwards of 400, 450 individuals. It'll be transformative.
Nearly 80% of public schools nationwide struggle to fill teaching positions for the current school year, with low salaries being a key issue.
We're in the middle of a national and state teacher shortage. We started the year with about 5% of our classrooms not having teachers. This is a key strategy for us to be able to recruit and retain teachers and other staff in San Francisco.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Let's take a peek outside on our Legends Casino Skycam. We're just starting to see that sun moving off to the west, and it sets tonight at 7:45. Winds are starting to die down slightly. I'm not seeing as much dust blowing around. 63 degrees, so much cooler than we were last night. In fact, let's jump back 24 hours and see the difference in our temperatures. 17 degrees cooler right now in Yakima than we were just 24 hours ago. 15 degrees cooler in Tri-Cities. 18 in Hermiston and Pendleton. So big definite drop off in temperatures. Plus those winds also made it feel chilly. We've had some strong gusty winds. We're still seeing pretty gusty winds right now in Pendleton and Hermiston down the Columbia River Gorge. Ellensburg starting to kind of die down, but they've been dealing with 40 and 50 mile an hour winds all day long. Recorded a gust a while ago at 62 miles an hour. Let's take a look at our future cast. Again, most of our area experiencing those breezy winds. Things starting to calm down as we get to about midnight. However, you'll still see those strong gusty winds through Pendleton. Getting into tomorrow midday afternoon, we're going to see those breezes continue to flow, but things will start to calm down as we get into Tuesday night, a little bit closer to Wednesday. Another thing we're dealing with, allergies and pollen. Pollen counts are through the roof today, and even tomorrow we'll get a slight little break as you get into Wednesday through Friday, but very high. I have definitely been sniffling and sneezing all day long. Weather pattern for today, that cold front just moved down from the north. We have a westerly flow of winds, and that will continue to bring that cold air, those tightened pressure gradients, which was causing our wind. We'll see a little bit of that tomorrow, but a little bit of a break. Let's take a look at future cast. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the evening with breaks of clear skies here and then. Getting into tomorrow morning, we'll start off a little bit overcast in some areas. Looking good. Ellensburg, sunny side, going to be nice and sunny there, but we'll see those clouds start to disappear out of the basin. Now, a lot of people are getting antsy, wanting to get those gardens planted. Typically, we have a chance of frost all the way till the end of April for Tri-Cities, Walla Walla and Hermiston. Pendleton, a little bit later, right into that first 10 days of May, and a lot later in Yakima. So kind of hold off because we are going to see those chilly temperatures. In fact, we're dropping below the average in the Yakima area for most of the week. We'll start to climb back up Thursday, Friday. Take a look at these chilly temperatures here in the Columbia Basin, gradually climbing up to above average as we get into the weekend hours. Temperatures overnight tonight staying above freezing for most of our region. We're in the 30s and 40 degrees at Hanford tonight. For tomorrow, look at these cooler temperatures again. Remember, 80s over the weekend. 50s and 60s for our daytime high tomorrow. 62 warm spot Tri-Cities, 50s in the Yakima Kittitas Valley and along the foothills of the Blues. Let's take a look at that 7-day planning forecast. There's those cooler temperatures Tuesday night into Wednesday. See that 32 degrees. That's what we're talking about. We could have some frost or freeze warnings for Yakima. Tri-Cities staying slightly above that freezing level with temperatures in the 70s by the weekend. In Walla Walla, chillier temperatures staying above the freezing level with a very slight chance of a stray shower on Wednesday. And in Hermiston, those cooler temperatures, breezy winds, but sunshine and warming up by the time we get to the weekend. Still to come this hour, I've got your viewer photo of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
It's buy one, get one for $1. Bagel sandwiches, McMuffin, hash browns, and more.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Something is weird. Look around. All possible Triple Play customers are perfectly represented right now.
Wait, really?
There's the family, the group of adult friends, kids on their school trip,
And the first date couple, and the grandparents with their grandkids.
It's just too perfect. I knew it. They're shooting a commercial.
I thought we were better than that.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
We just thought...
If it's hidden, you might get bitten.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus, get 0 down and 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off select Kubota tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
Spicy chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of fire emoji, chili emoji, grinning face with sweat emoji. And wouldn't it be double fire emoji if they came back? Spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Want free college or career training? It's possible. Go to waggrant.org.
Columbia Center Rotary Club is hosting its first ever speech contest, and they're looking for Benton and Franklin County high school students to compete. Contestants will be asked to create a speech essay describing how they use the four-way test in their lives. The first place winner will take home $1,000. Second and third place also get cash prizes. Organizers say they are hoping everyone involved will walk away with some new skills.
It's a great opportunity for our youth to learn about Rotary, to learn about the four-way test. It's great to grow individuals who are interested in a service club that does good for our community and for the world. And it's a great leadership opportunity. It's a great opportunity to focus on communication, both verbal and written skills. And I don't really believe that we have anything like that here in our area. And it's just another way, another positive activity for youth to be able to be involved.
The deadline for the written speech essay is coming up on May 2nd. A committee will select 10 finalists to present their speeches and determine the winner on May the 16th. We'll be right back with the final word after this.
6 o'clock, bogey.
Did you say burger? Because I can go for a burger.
I'm not talking about burger.
Roger that. Fire now.
Need burger? Get burger! Spicy Western Bacon Cheeseburger, only at Carl's Jr.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
Are you telling me the truth? I need to ask you about your marriage and infidelity.
The husband is always the top suspect. Always the top suspect.
Come stand up for me. Face that wall.
The interrogation tapes tonight on ABC.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Drs. Kopstein and King for a free live webinar April 25th. And find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, definitely not.
No.
Let's get you those tires.
Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino where the locals play.
Have you mixed your pain meds, your sleep meds, your allergy meds? Call the Poison Helpline. Has your child swallowed household cleaner, a chip of paint, a wild mushroom? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you been bitten by a spider, a snake, an insect? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first to speak with medical professionals who can give you free personal advice anytime. Save the number, save a life.
Oh boy, look at that Carl's Jr. burger. Bacon, jalapenos, beef, cheese, bacon, beef. $5 on the app? What? Another burger. Lettuce, cheese, melty, delicious pickle. You gotta be kidding. Barbecue sauce, strip, crunchy onion rings. $5? I'm burger rich. Need burger? Get burger.
A great hike in a great park. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. It is feeling like April out there, Stacey.
It's feeling very April, and it's common to have winds and even dust at this time of year. So don't get too upset. But let's cheer up and take a look at our weather photo of the day. Our friend Dee in Walla Walla, she likes to bike around a lot with some beautiful photographs. Look at that. I think, what did you say? Daffodils
and wheat, I think.
Very nice. Nice little picture of the countryside in Walla Walla. Now, how do you get your photo on? That QR code right-hand side of your screen. Use your phone to snap a photo of that. That'll take you to the landing page, and that's where you can download your very own weather photo, just like Dee did. Or just go to applevalleyNewsNow.com and click on the weather tab. Another easy way to get there and get your photos on. So thanks for sharing, Dee. We love your bike rides. And let's talk about weather. Is it going to be bike riding weather tomorrow? Yeah, with a light jacket, and you're going to see some breezy to gusty winds, but those will start to die down later on in the day. Temps are that bad, but they're not looking as good as they did this weekend, right?
Yeah. That's true.
We kind of got a blast of warmth and then back to kind of chilly. So,
but at least it happened on the weekend when we could all enjoy it.
There you go. Perfect.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. We're back tonight at 11.
Yeah, hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.